Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Man Up with KD Bowe. I am your host, KD Bowe. Honored to be on. Happy Father's Day, Father's Week. And if you're listening to this or watching this after Father's Day, then you know what? You're still a father. There you go. So happy day to you. Today's show is dedicated and in the honor and in some cases the memory of all the amazing fathers out there and even the ones that had to grow a little bit. We honor you today. My guest today is the amazing Todd Dulaney that I'll talk about in a moment. But right now, let me just say shouts out to Hope TV. Man, this platform is amazing. It is reaching so many millions of people and we are honored. I'm honored to be on this platform. So do me a favor, follow them on all their social media platforms at The Hope TV. You got it? At The Hope TV. Now, you're going to learn some things in today's show that's going to blow your mind, male or female alike. It's going to be something incredible. Todd Dulaney is really going to say some stuff that I already know is just going to bless you. You already know you talk about my shirt, so you know we have a camaraderie, and that's my dude, and I love him. So I want you to do me a favor. Send this link to 5 people, okay? Just 5 brothers that you know are really going to say, man, I really need to see that. 5 sisters that say, wow, I really need to see that. Just send it to everybody listening. Send this link out. Share it with 5 people, and I appreciate you. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Todd Dulaney, he's an American gospel musician. He's a former baseball player. Didn't even know that until I talked to him the first time. His music career started in 2011 with the release of the CD version, Pulling Me Through. And it was the breakthrough project that put him on the map. We love him. He's been to Africa, all around the world. We've had him in studio quite a bit. And today he is here. He's out of Chicago, but he's here with us today. Make some noise for that dude, Todd Dulaney.
What's up, my bro?
I'm winning, man. I'm winning. Hey, you know what I wanted to ask you like a long time ago, but I'm gonna ask you now. And honestly, bro, happy Father's Day to you, Father's Week. I want to ask you this: Are you a good dude? Would you call yourself a good dude, a good guy?
You know, KD, I call myself a good guy, but I don't even know what that really is because I mean, when you really, really assess yourself, you got to be real with yourself and say, like, you know, there's many things that people can't see that I'm working on that would make me challenge whether or not I'm a good guy or not. Overall, I would say I'm a good guy. But those things that I'm working on internally and day to day to become a better man, those things would make me continue to challenge myself and be careful with just calling myself a good guy because there's work to be done still in me.
It's good stuff, man. See, that's one of the reasons why not only I love you as a brother, man, but the world loves you. And let me take you back to, remember we had the conversation in studio. You talked about your wife and that whole scenario.
The first couple of years of the marriage were really, really hard. We're really, really like, I don't even know the word for it. I don't think we really connected at all. My wife and I, you know, we were trying to play the role of being married, but man, it was like I wasn't hearing what she was saying and she wasn't hearing me. Yeah. And like I wanted more of everything, you know, and I wasn't getting that. I wasn't more sex, more time, more everything, and I wasn't getting it. And it was like I didn't know what to do to get it.
So what was the thing so as you guys were communicating, what would you say is the thing that really turned things around? So you told me about a time you guys, you walked downstairs, she walked downstairs, both of y'all crying, because you was about to call it quits.
Yeah, we were done. So we sat down, and I'm telling you, I had prayed, cried. I didn't know what to do. And
you was a worshiper at the time.
Yeah, I was a worshiper at the time still. But my heart for God was different than what it was for my wife. And it was sad because it wasn't until that conversation that we're talking about that I realized that, man, this man that you are to God is not who you are to your wife.
Really?
Oh, man, like I was so like, I'm talking about I could just lay on my face before God and worship him and read my word and be deep. But then when it comes to my wife, I was real short and not like that. And so when we got that conversation that morning.
Talk about the conversation. So what you said, I'm gonna sit you down, tell me everything wrong
about me.
That's the problem with me.
And I'm not gonna interrupt you.
Wow.
And that was the biggest thing. And she said, okay, and when I get done, you do it. So she just unfolded with all of this stuff. And I'm sitting there like, I gotta say something because I don't believe this is accurate.
Oh.
What you're saying is not right. Like, I know I do that. But by the time she finished, man, I all I could say was I'm sorry, like because she was so broken.
Wow.
She was just she had laid it all out like, you don't do this, you don't do that, and I just thought that I did. And so like when she got done, she had laid it all out, and I just said I forgot about my points. I was just like,
That's
I'm
good,
sorry.
man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And so she said, well, I still want to hear your side. So I laid out a few things, but at that point, I realized, I said, this woman is hurting. She's walking around this house feeling like she doesn't even matter. And music is the only thing that matters to me.
Wow.
Ministry is the only.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, from that day on, I said, I'm going to make her the number one priority. When she talks, I'm going to listen to her. Whatever she says, I'm going to try to do it right away. And it's changed our marriage. I'm in the best marriage ever right now. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff that I thought that I couldn't get from her.
Yeah.
Man, it's like it's easy as cake now because it's like she wants to do for me.
It's amazing what happens when we listen.
Yeah.
Because most of the things that we need from our spouses, we can get it.
Yeah.
But we're standing in front of a bank trying to get a withdrawal when we've made no deposit.
That's it.
So the truth is, you got to make sure that you give her what she needs,
and she's
then
wide
vice versa.
open.
Yeah. So you can get what you need,
Exactly.
and not just so you can get what you need, so that you can be that real dude that edifies and loves and pampers and nourishes his wife. Watch this, just like the church.
Yes, just like Christ loves the church.
There you go.
And that's what he means. I'm learning. I'm learning it, man. Like in the marriage, that's why he used those examples. I'm like, man, God, I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
So like, even when she's disrespectful to you, even when you feel like this, that, and the other about her, he says, you got to love her the same way I love you.
All right, so man, so as much as you're willing to share, all right, what did that do to your DM?
My DM stay pretty consistent. It ain't overwhelming. It ain't like, but I do get approaches of people that think it's attractive to share the information between you and your wife. Like, that's the craziest thing to me, though. Like that certain women, I ain't gonna say all women because there are women that get mad. Certain women think it's attractive when you share a story about you and your spouse, and they will think that that's an opportunity to come at you and see if there's a crack in the window so that they can get in. That's strange.
Yeah,
it's almost like you better not sharing, because if you share, they were like, "Ooh, I want that."
It ain't okay. So it ain't like you don't get it. It ain't like you don't understand that. But that's the plight of being a good dude. You feel me? And I want to set that up because it's one of the plights of being a good dude is that you are attractive to people because they don't see that bad on you. And let's be clear, every good dude got some bad dude in him, okay? And every bad dude got some good dude. I'm just saying that it makes you attractive to people. And I don't even know if the people crawling in your DM, then they know what they're doing. But there are people who will give you that energy when you're around them. And they're not trying to give you that energy, but they're giving you that energy because they admire what it is that you do and who you are. And not only that, but preachers get this, artists that get this. One of the worst things you could do is love your wife, be a great father, and be public with it. Man, it's like you are putting a bullseye on your back. And you light skinned? Boy, stop.
Hey, the light skin thing though, that used to work in our favor. It's kind of fading off. Y'all chocolate brothers kind of winning big. We got my man from Power. I think that's about it. He the only one that's really repping us in film. But yeah, man, you're right about it, KD. Like it's crazy that if you can show the world that you're a good man, it's almost like that's a invitation to try to destroy what it is you say you are. Like if you say you're a good man, women are gonna come and try you. They're gonna see, oh, are you really good? Are you really happy at home? And they'll just fish. God bless you, man. They'll throw you that in DM, and that God bless you can mean a whole lot of different things. God bless you, sir. And if you come back with it, no, God bless you, baby. That could turn into a whole thing. So I don't know. Sometimes I just like heart it, and that's it. We done.
I feel you, man. No, I feel you. And trust me, bro, there's a lot that we, you and I hear. So it's a lot that we can say that we won't say because, honestly, some things you just don't need to talk about because some people can't really handle it. So there you go. Hey, man, let me ask you this. Father's Day this Sunday, and I don't know if anybody's watching this after Father's Day. We just had Father's Day. What are some things, man, that you did not expect about Father's Day? What are some things about, not Father's Day, but what things about fatherhood surprised you?
I would say the fact that my children will do bad without even having to be taught that. They will lie, like they just will respond. And another thing is that the kids are different from each other. Like I got 4 kids. So I got one that if I ask him if he did something, he'll lie. You know what I mean? But I got another one. I'll ask them that they do something. They know the consequences. They're going to tell the truth no matter what. Like, man, I did it. And it's just, it's just strange. My one child, and I'm like, so it really just taught me this, Katie, that there's going to be some things as a parent you have no control over in your children's life. They're going to do things. It's just our job to respond and try to course correct them into the right direction. Because my one son, that joker in our house, we know if we ask him if you do something, he might give you anything.
Really? Okay. There's just a little delay. I don't know what that delay is, but we're gonna get through it, man, because this is some good stuff. So, what was your model for fatherhood? When you thought about being a father, what image popped up in your head about what does that look like?
Initially, right away, I thought be there, be present. That was my first thing. Never leave. Like no matter how hard it gets, I'm not leaving. I want to make sure you guys see me in the house all the time. I know that my presence means a lot to them.
Who did it look like?
My father. I saw my father and my mother struggle to like would argue. But and I really, growing up, I really kind of despised my dad because of it. Because I'm like, man, you arguing with my mom all the time. I mean, that was my mom and dad, I was like, man, y'all always arguing, you always yelling at her, blah, blah, blah. Once I got older and got my own family, I realized what he had done. Because I was stable, because he pushed through to head his house and to lead his house. And he stayed. And that meant so much to me, Katie. And so that was the model for me. It's like, never leave. Because in the long run, you're going to see the fruit of standing. Even if sometimes you have disagreements in the house, you're going to have times where you and wifey don't agree. You're going to have times where you can't seem to get through to the kids. But if you stay in the long run, I'm the product of somebody who stayed in my house.
Yeah, man, good stuff. I think the same thing. As my son gets older, now this is gonna be how old is your oldest?
My oldest is 9.
Okay. So I don't know if you're going to deal with this or not, but I realize this for me, that as my son gets older, my oldest son is 18. Then I've got, soon to be a 17 daughter, soon to be 16 son.
Wow.
And I realize that as they get older, I call my dad, because I had a little tip for my 18-year-old. And I mean, it kind of happens. But when they get older, bruh, don't even get offended at the fact that they're going to try you. Because a part of it is a rite of passage. It's like, I know what I have based on testing it against the strongest thing that I know. And that's my dad. And I think that just by nature, they want to know, what their strength really is, So I told my dad, I was like, hey man, I think I judged you a lot of the time for something that I didn't understand. I didn't know what it was like to have an 18-year-old. My dad had 5 boys, 1 daughter. Now here's the thing. and this is going to get a lot of guys, man, a lot. So, you know, and I don't know. I mean, here's what I want you to do. Let me take a pause real quick. I want y'all, as many as possible, to just take this video and share it. I want you to at least share it with like 5 people, because we're sharing some nuggets here that's going to change your life. And the women that's watching, what we're about to share with you is going to change your life. It's some perspectives that you didn't have. Like, I didn't have this perspective that their relationship, my dad and my mom's relationship, although they stayed, you know, 30 plus years or whatever, although they stayed, it was not the greatest relationship, because my dad was still growing in some areas that, you know, he probably should have grown up a long time ago. And, you know, my mom was the super spiritual one. My dad was not the super spiritual one. And so the relationship was weird. It was weird because my mom, and as we were growing as boys and our little cute little faces got more mature, that my mom, she started developing a different bond with us. She would give us a different level of attention. She would be more present. She would move differently. She had more of a oomph about doing stuff for us than she would do for my dad. Wow. And so every king, every castle should have one king. Okay. And it ain't because that 2 kings can't live in a castle. They can. The problem is the queen ain't but one. And so it's the competition for the queen. Feel me? The competition for the queen will make a king turn on everything that is competing against the attention that he has for that queen. Now, I'm going to pause. I'm going to let you talk.
Woo, man, that is heavy right there. Bro, that is heavy, but I get it. Because, man, I think I experienced the same thing. My mom, man, she loved us so hard and was willing to do anything for our happiness. And my old man, now that I think back in hindsight, he didn't know how to respond to that. It's like, I love my boys too, but I need you. I'm married to you. And then when they move out of the house, it's just us. And so, I mean, man, you just helped me. You helped me a whole lot, because, I mean, I'm way before that time. But I'm like, even thinking about right now, like when I get off of this call right now, I'm gonna make sure that I share that with my wife.
But that's the thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's not intentional. It's like a mom loves in such a deep way. Man, listen, we could never understand. It doesn't mean that we don't love them less. I would get into these back and forths with my wife sometimes, and she would say, I don't know what your problem is with him. I don't know what it ain't no problem. I love him as much as you do. I don't love him like you love him. So my thing is, no, he need to carry some of this weight. No, he needs to develop that muscle. No, he needs to know how to pull up. You are not his maid. You're my wife. You're not. What we're not gonna do. We're not going. No. We're not gonna do this. And it comes off as, what is your problem? You know, it's not a problem. It's just that I know that the qualities that you see in me, if I don't show up intrinsically like I'm supposed to show up as a father for him, he's going to be the kind of person that no woman would want to marry. If moms continue to raise their sons, some moms, I don't want to throw this out there like that, general, but if moms continue to keep being soft, some kids, 16, 15 years old, you don't even know how to pump gas. Right. You don't know how to change a tire. You don't know how to mow a lawn. You're going to make someone a sorry husband. And he can, yes, grow up to marry somebody like you, like his mama, which is great, but she can't be his mama because she's looking for a protector, a provider. And even if she marries you because you're cute, there's going to be problems down the road because women need that security, financial, spiritual, and yes, even physical security.
Ooh, bro, you on fire with this. You on fire with like no, you said it. That's it. Like that is the sermon right there. And man, I ain't got nothing else to add to that. That is excellent.
So as you continue to grow and as you continue to build that part of you that made you Todd Dulaney, When did you realize, man, I am a man? Like, when did you realize you were grown?
I'm gonna tell you, when I was 18, crazy enough, I went away to play professional baseball. This was the moment I realized I was a man. The first day for spring training with the New York Mets, I got out there, and I had been playing baseball in high school, and we played it, and I had a blast. It was fun. When I got out there, I realized those guys were not just there to have fun. They were there to feed their families. And I was 18 years old, and I said, okay, I'm just trying to have a good time and play baseball. They were like, nah, we here to feed our wives, our children, and if you don't get out of the way, we'll knock you down. And I said, wow. So, like, I'm 18, I'm out here on the road by myself. My father and mother are at home. I'm all the way in Florida. I got to sink or swim. And at that moment, I said, you a man, and ain't nobody gonna step in the way if you get to fighting with a grown man here. They ain't gonna be like, hey, you guys cut it out, you know what I'm saying, or break it up. No, they're gonna let you fight because you are grown and you're competing for a job. And so at that moment, that was the moment I said, I'm a grown man and I gotta carry myself like a grown man.
Stuff, man. Speaking of sports, and bruh, just I want you to speak on this as much as you're comfortable with speaking on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I like having these conversations with you because, man, you're a very strong-minded dude, and we're gonna cover some things. If I don't know how much comfortable with talking, but yeah, of course, this is Todd Dulaney and family. If you want to let somebody know, let them get in on this conversation. Hey. Share this with 5 people, man. Share the link with 5 people and tell them to get in on this conversation because we're kind of scratching the surface, but you're going to learn some things about Todd Dulaney. I promise you, you didn't. I know you didn't know. If he willing to tell, he ain't scared out here in the streets. When you look at LeBron James, you look at Kevin Durant, and you look at Michael Jordan. LeBron is, man, one of the greatest that's ever done it.
Yeah.
Even Kevin Durant is one of them that is one of the greatest that's ever done it.
Mm-hmm.
But when you think about Michael Jordan, you don't say one of. You struggle to not say he is the greatest to have ever done it.
Yeah.
And I wonder when I look at athletes and sports, and I probably need to talk to a coach, the only thing really that I see different in all 3 of them is father.
Oof.
Okay.
Oof.
Now,
yeah.
The reason why it's hard to have that conversation is because guys don't want to ever say, they'll never have nobody besmirch their mom. Your mom did the best she could. She had nothing to do with that idiot walking out or that idiot not being there. Man, she did the best she could, and I'm never really going to embrace that at all. And quite frankly, you need to put some lotion on your tone and you're talking about my mama because it can go left real quick. Guys, how we do.
Yeah.
But that's a thing, though, Todd. It's a thing. Because when you think about, when I want to know about LeBron, I see a guy who was a bit timid in the beginning, great player, but he never really wanted to have the ball and the responsibility on his shoulders to be able to take that last shot. He got better. Kevin Durant, that's a whole ball of everything.
Wow.
Same thing. But Michael Jordan, he had a father in his life that spoke to him in a way and pushed him in a way that caused him to develop a thick skin. And I want to talk about the role of a father in his son's life.
KD, so just this morning, I was outside, and I'm gonna be real. I had this conversation with my wife before this call. I was outside, and I told my wife, I said, our son is responding to criticism better this year. I'm outside, in the way I told her, as I said, this morning, I went off on him. I said, I went off on him, and then I said, I cussed at him. And my wife said, baby, you should not be cussing at him. I said, no. That's not the point of what I'm telling you. What I'm trying to tell you.
Was it a cuss, or was it like a damn?
Oh, no, it was cuss. It was cuss. It was an F word. So I cussed. I cussed, because he he'll wake up in the morning and he will not, he just won't really feel like getting up. He'll just walk out there. We'll get to working out. He's just kind of like, I don't feel like doing it. And, and I let off F-bomb. I just lost it. Boom. He perked up and began to work his tail off. Now, I felt bad. Of course, I felt bad because and so I told my wife, I said, last year, this time, if I'd have went off on him like that, he would clam up, shrink, and just be like, I don't know, I want to. Now he's getting to a place, and my wife said, you can't lose it on him like that. But I told her, I said, later on in life, he may play for a coach that may lose his temper, but he'll be able to say, oh, my dad trained me for everything. I'm ready for whatever. So I know that that's a real thing. I want to kind of intentionally be so hard on my son that wherever he goes in life, he can look at it and say, oh, my dad prepared me for this. Like, of course, granted, I don't want to be cussing the boy out. But at the same time, I want to put some pressure on him so that when he leaves the house, all the world's pressure is nothing for him because his father prepared him.
So I like that. I'm going to give you a little pushback on that because I'm not sure you're saying you lost it. I'm not sure you lost it. I think that a real father knows how to put measured weight on their children because he knows the weight that you're going to have to carry out. And if I don't prepare you for it, that doesn't mean cussing at them or hitting them. That doesn't mean, but I think that you can measure some things because also your child needs to know what you look like angry, happy, with money, without money. Okay, they need to see the seasons.
I don't want to let them see that without money, though.
you know what I'm saying? I think that they need to see you in abundance and in lack. Now, that's not necessarily money, so let's say it like that. Yeah. Because what's most important is that sometimes these kids, they grow up thinking that we mess them up because we make it look easy. Mm-hmm. Okay? We made it look easy. Oh, dad just goes out here and he sings and he loves it. He looks like fun. Ain't no problem. No, it is a problem. So, granted, I don't want you to beat yourself up about that, because I think that certainly boys, but I'm going to ask you this. How do you do it with your daughter? Because I heard someone say, my good friend Jackie Bruton said, we fathers discipline their sons and they love their daughters. We all love everybody, but you understand what I'm saying. And moms discipline their daughters and they love their sons. Talk about that.
I think it's right. I think that's right because I have a hard time disciplining my daughters like that. Like, for one, when I raise my voice at my daughters, they crumble. They just cry. I mean, what can I do when they do that? I can't whoop them like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? So, but my wife can push through those tears and tear that tail up. She'll get in. Okay, you're gonna cry. You still gonna get this. And I'm like, nah. But when they cry for me, I gotta back off. But I just think this daughters are different than guys, man. Like my daughter, both of them, they're just sweet. Like if I tell them to go get something for me in the other room, they come back with it. My sons, I tell them to go get something 2 weeks later. It's still, I ain't got it. You know what I mean? So it's just, they're different, man. They're different. And if I ever have to get my daughter, I think I could, but I just don't want to, Katie.
Yeah, man. My daughter, man, she breaks me all the way down. And she texted me this morning. Hold on, bro. She texted me this morning. And she said, hold on for a minute. Let me go get it. My daughter said, hey, Dad, just wanted to let you know I love you and I'll never stop loving you. Beside it at 6:32 this morning. And I'm saying to myself, I really want to go get my sons and look at them and say, y'all don't never do this.
Right.
Why y'all don't do this? But it's not. Okay, you get it. I get it. You get it. But how do you still push through, and maybe not necessarily corporal punishment or punishment, how do you push through and still, because quite frankly, they need to see that side, not just the loving side, not just the I'm obsessed with you so much side. Like we tell moms about their sons, how do you push through and still discipline them with a firm hand when necessary?
You know, I mean, I do it. Yeah, I do it reluctantly. I do it. But I think my girls learn a little bit differently. Like they learn by me being engaged in what they want to do. And they learn by me not having a bias in teaching my boys one thing and then not teaching them another. Like for example, I teach my boys to fight hand-to-hand combat, but I also teach my girls hand-to-hand combat. And so like I enjoy that, and I see that the girls enjoy it. They love that I don't just isolate the boys, teach them this, and then take them over here and play with some dolls. No, like I want to I want you to be strong and be able to handle yourself as well. So that's one of the things I notice about the girls that really allow me to have a balanced relationship with them, because, you know, daddy ain't just trying to teach the boys to be tough. I'm trying to teach everybody to be bosses, like on all levels of life.
Yeah, man. All right, so let's go here. So you're martial arts trained. Like you're a problem out here in these streets, like for real, dude. I seen some of your videos, them kicks, man. The combat, bro. You a real problem, like for real. And you and I have had some real conversations about how we have to show up and be intentional about showing up differently. I'm not ashamed to say it, and I don't know why we got to be so ashamed. Period. To say that I'm a firearm owner. I own several firearms on every level of, you know, the house. I got something, y'all know, and everybody know where it is. Everybody know how to use it. So if something pops off and I'm not here, then you got some protection or whatever. I'm grateful for that. You recently had an altercation, an incident, and I gotta tell you, man, I was really proud of you for how you handled it. And because it could have been another way, but you want to talk about it, or you don't really want?
Yeah. I didn't know you knew about it.
So let me tell you something. My ears to these streets, number one, and I find out about stuff. So, but give me the true story, because I know in media we kind of tell the light story. Okay, we try to tell, but. Man up with KD Bowe. Let's be real. So need to see you. They need to feel the essence of that you're a real dude. And I'm saying dude because I can't say nothing else, because they say you can't. Right. You're a real dude.
So I was driving recently, and I had just purchased a brand new car, and the car is a 2019 sports car, and it's a fun car, fast car, sexy car. I pull up to this intersection, and this guy pulls in front of me on a T. I'm pulling up. He pulls in front of me, and he turns to me, and he's saying, "Come on, pull up a little bit more and hit me, so I'll own that joint. That joint going in my garage." Just random, right? And so I'm really not even hearing him good because I got the windows up and stuff. And so but I know he's hostile. I can tell that. I'm just like, he's yelling it and he's cussing. And so I start waving him. I say, "Hey man, hey, go on," you know. And so he's like, come on, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. So I put the car in park. I open the door because I had just got the tints done. I had got it black. I got the black. I open the door. I stick my head.
Hold on. Because I ain't heard about this one. This is a different one. I ain't heard about this one. So wait a minute. So y'all on the interstate or you on the road?
We're on the street. We're in the city.
All right. So what is he driving?
He's just driving something like a Toyota or something like that. So he pulls right in front of me. He stopped. He wouldn't move. I just tell him, move, man.
So did he pull like in front of you, or?
So like
how?
So you're at a T intersection. So I pull up to the stop sign. He's riding by. So I pull up. He stops in front of me. And so like I'm expecting him to keep going. So I kind of roll a little bit, and he goes, "Come on, hit me." Like, I'm gonna own that car. That car's going in my garage. And I was like, yeah.
One more thing. Was he white or was he black?
Okay, so he was like, I gotta say, he was like Puerto Rican. So I don't know what it was. Yeah, he was one. So I'm like, okay. I get out of the car, I open the door, and I said, hey man, move your car. Just go, move your car. Nah, man, so oh, you getting out of the car now, you a tough guy. I'm gonna own that blah blah, he keeps going. And I said, okay. And I'm starting to boil. And so I go to him, I said, hey, either you gonna stop talking or we're gonna fight. I said, so make your mind up which one you want to do. I said, so if you want to continue the conversation, pull your car over, and then let's continue to talk. And I'm starting to boil. I'm starting to get to the place where I'm like, man, what's gonna happen if I whoop this guy? Like, am I gonna get in trouble? Does he have a gun? I got mine. I know that, but I'm like, does he have one? Let me weigh the situation out. I'm seeing it. He's yelling. He's cussing. Blah blah. So I finally go to step around my car. I was like, okay. In my mind, I had finally come to the place where I was like, okay, let's do it. And so I step around the car. This lady runs in from nowhere, jumps in front of me. She looks right in front of me in my face. She looks me in my eyes, Katie, and she's like, listen to me. You have too much to lose. This guy has nothing to lose. She's like, he has nothing to lose. I've watched this whole situation unfold. You do not have to do this. Stay right here. And then she kept grabbing my face. Don't even look over there. And I was like,
okay. Oh, wait. So, okay. White woman, black woman?
Black.
Okay, black woman. So, did she know who you were?
No.
Okay. So, you say she touched your face?
Touched my face.
She touching faces with all this Rona out here, but go ahead. I don't want to.
I ain't even think about it, Katie. She grabbed me like this. She said, She said, don't even look at him. I mean, the guy's still yelling. She's turning around. She telling him, she said, look, just move your car, sir. And so she grabbed me and she says, listen, I can just see by the cars you have more to lose than he does. And like that. And so then the guy, he says, no, we're going to call the police, blah, blah. I said, okay. So she turns around. She says, I'm a U.S. Army officer. I've watched the whole situation unfold. What you're not going to do is set this black man up. And so, yep. And so, so he ends up just pulling off out of nowhere. I drive around the corner after the lady said, go ahead, God bless you, whatever. I pull around the corner and I circle back around and I said, hey, can I have your Cash App? Sent her some money right on the spot, right? I just like, thank you. You stopped something that could have gotten bad on all sides, right? And so I get home and then she figures out who I am because when I sent the money, she sees my name come up and she posts and leaves a statement. And she says, I just saw a situation and I had no idea who this guy was.
The way that Todd expressed how it went down was actually it was quite more intense than that. Me just watching from the sideline and just waiting to see if the gentleman in the silver car was going to pull off. And I'm like, all right, come on, man, just drive, just pull off. Like, why are you sitting there? Like, why are you just blocking?
My wife said, bring your tail home in that car. Like she said, like some places you just can't go in the car. And that hurt. I'm like, I want to be able to ride in, especially in the hood. Like I want to be able to go back to the hood and be a staple of, man, this is where I come from.
Yeah.
But man, that guy right there had his mind set up that, oh, I see you, and I'm gonna try to get you to act a fool. So, and I was about to put them paws on him. Like I had made, once I had clicked my mind, I said, if I could just get close enough to him, I'm gonna embarrass him. I don't really want to hurt him. I just wanted to embarrass him. I just wanted to pop, couple times, pop, and get him, but nothing crazy. But that lady stepped in. She was like, I told her, I said, you were like an angel, like for real, because she stepped in and she had the boldness of God. And she said, I listened to all your music. I had no clue. She said, like my eyes were blinded to you. I was just thinking about this man is trying to destroy this other man's life.
That's crazy, bro. Sometimes when you have power, true, genuine power, some of the greatest way of knowing that you have a lot of power is when you respect it and you know when to pull it out and when not to. So most people that do martial arts, one of the things that they learn is restraint.
Yeah.
Because the more you learn it, and I know exactly what happened, man, because it happens to me. When things start slowing down,
I'm back. Yeah.
When things start slowing down, and it's not like you see stuff in slow motion, but things become clearer.
Yeah.
Your body does something when your adrenaline levels rise.
Yeah.
It cuts off certain blood flows, and it causes you to focus. When stuff starts slowing down, your body is preparing for a fight.
Yeah.
And when you was talking, I get it. That's exactly what happens. Hey, man, things started slowing down. I started seeing clearly. Cognitively, I was like, okay, this is going to happen. You start noticing your surroundings. Your body is amping up. Your adrenaline levels are flowing, and you're ready for a battle.
Yeah.
But man, the blessing part to me is that you didn't take the bait. And I think for black men, it's a lot of bait out here, bruh. It's a lot of bait out here that's trying to get us off of our perch of authority, of dominance. I mean, people don't like that word, but whatever. You know my spirit. Authority, of dominance, and watch this. That we are a gift going somewhere to be given. I keep saying that, and I mean that. But there are people, man, that are looking for what we have to offer. And if we shrink back because we're scared, we shrink because, that ain't my business. If we shrink back, think about it. We're making the decision to let a generation, this one included, but definitely generations to come, to let a generation not feel the essence of who we are because we were scared. And I believe that once you open the illumination of light and knowledge into the darkness of fear, fear will go away, man. And then you'll be able to know what you are really here for. I ain't gonna get into all that, bro. But when you know what you're here for, you walk differently. You don't have that kind of lackadaisical vibe. Talk about that.
Absolutely, man. You talking about that confidence of knowing who you are. Why I'm here, man. It's nothing more miserable than being on earth and not knowing your purpose. Like, cause you don't, like you say, everything about you is slow. Everything about you is slow. But once you realize I'm unstoppable because I figured out why, bro, you got a whole type of vibe about you that's alive. Like, and like you said, I know who I am. I know what I can do, and I don't have to fear anyone. Once you get to that place, and like that's the whole thing. Even with the martial arts, it gives you this. I can speak my mind, and I don't have to worry about whether or not somebody is going to oppose me or talk loud, or you know what I mean. I don't have to worry about whatever. Now I never know what another man knows, but even still, I know what I know, and I know that I'm not going to be an easy win for anybody. I'm going to push back, and I'm going to be able to speak what I have in my heart in love, and I'm ready for any level of response. And that's always makes you feel good as a man.
Man, that's another thing about it as well, that we have to stay in some semblance of shape and be ready, because there's no way you can protect and be there if man, you ain't healthy. Think about it. If you walking up the stairs, you are totally winded and like you can't even pull yourself together. If you bend down to tie your shoes and you feel like you about to die from asphyxiation because your gut is there, hey man, that's the problem. If somebody break in your house, like real talk, you might be strong, all right? But if they can withstand about 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, I'm gonna say 2 minutes of dodging you and not getting hit, you ain't got a chance. So that's the other part of it, man. This is a call for us to be healthy, spiritually, physically, and also financially. Right? You're not gonna make no impact, man, unless your money is right. And I appreciate you, bro. I'm gonna tell you something about you. When we met, when we had that conversation for the first time, in closing here, you were transparent with me, and you were real with me, and your transparency opened up me to be transparent, because in our position, it's hard to find somebody that you can be that you can show yourself to. Like, this ain't my representative. Hey man, this is me. Because sometimes showing yourself to another person, to another man, hey man, that dude, he ain't the good dude. He ain't the spotless dude. You know, sometimes he's a scared dude. You know, sometimes, man, he's the dude that don't know. But when we talked, and it was little bit by little, you know, guys, we be filling each other out. Little by little, man, you kept it real with me. And I will always remember that, and I appreciate you for that, man. I want to say to you, happy Father's Day, brother. And may you have how many more kids you want?
I just like the act of practicing. I don't think I want no more kids. I just want to keep practicing, and if we could just keep it like that, happy Father's Day to me.
Indeed, man. All right, brother. I appreciate you, Todd Dulaney. Hey, man, any words in closing, man, for the audience?
No, man. Hey, big shout out to all of the dads out there, man. I salute you for real, because nobody understands our struggle like us men. So big shout out all the fellas out there. Happy Father's Day.
Indeed. Shout out to Hope TV for this platform. It is amazing. Dr. E. Dewey Smith. And make sure you tell a friend. Follow us on all social media platforms, The Hope TV, at The Hope TV. Todd Dulaney, your social media information is on the screen. Mine is on the screen. Follow me for constant motivation. Every week we give motivation. Text the word brothers with an S to 56525. Again, text the word brothers with an S to 56525. And as always, man up.